If you've ever asked yourself how much SSD can one person get for just 35 bucks as of October 2018, here you go. Inland Professional Solid State Drive, 240 gigs. Talks about this high write speed and all. And if we look at the back here, it's an SSD that talks about how it can do up to 4200 IOPS. It's 240 gig, it's 2.5. It's pretty small, and it has all these stats here. And basically, this is an Inland Professional Micro Center store brand drive. These are very cheap. They're very good drives too, from what I've heard, but let's find out how good these drives actually are. So this is an HP EliteBook 2760p, and this takes 7mm SATA drives, the perfect candidate for this type of drive. So here's how you put the SSD into a laptop, for example. So you're either going to remove the hard drive, which unlike Dell's, it's on the side, but on this, it's hidden beneath a panel, which is the main access panel. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the hard drive, take that out, put this cheap SSD in like you would a hard drive. You screw it in like you would a hard drive, and it's 7mm, so it'll fit in this caddy. Then you're just going to slap it in. And then you're going to want to secure it like you usually would. So on this one, you're just going to screw it back in. I'm not so good at doing it with the left hand, but yeah, you're going to want to screw the drive back into the system. You're then going to want to reassemble the laptop, or if it's one of the laptops where your drive goes out the side, then you just pop the drive back in. But you're going to want to do either one of those two things depending on your laptop. Then you're going to want to turn the laptop on and either run some cloning software like what's it called? Easiest Partition Manager, Acronis Home Edition, or whatever. And you're going to want to clone the drive back onto this. So we're going to, or we can just do what we're going to do now, just shove a Windows USB in there, turn the laptop on, the switch is down here. It's actually here. Whoops. And then you're going to boot. So right now it's booting from the flash drive, and then you're going to want to reinstall Windows from the flash drive or CD or whatever. Just reinstall Windows. You know how to do it. There's a million videos on how, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to either clone it, or you're going to plug the flash drive in and reinstall it. So this computer has been fully installed. I've installed the HCI drivers as well for this system. And let's see how fast we can do this. So here's the results. This is actually a pretty snappy drive. I mean, not the fastest SSD, but I paid 35 bucks for this drive at Micro Center. It says 530 and 440. A little bit low there, and the first results for write are a bit high, but you know, this is an SSD that was only 35 bucks, and when it comes to usable space, you get 200 gigs. Well, 200 gigs when Windows is installed and no apps, which is quite a little bit of usable space if you're not installing games or downloading movies or ripping like with wget like E621 or something. But let's see how fast this thing turns on. And of course, Windows has to do updates, because why not? This is Windows we're talking about. Touchpad's a bit iffy on this thing. I gotta clean it. But let's see how this machine is when you turn it on from a cold, powered off start. And even this update installed quick. So let's turn this on. Let's see how fast it boots. Pretty quick. And keep in mind, this was after an update and all. And when you log in, bam, just like that. Logged in, just like that. You've logged into Windows 7 just like that. And everything's really fast and snappy. Let's go to a control panel. Windows Update. It's all really quick. And this whole computer just feels really, really fast. All thanks to this inland professional SSD. In fact, let's go to computer properties. It just says SATA SSD SCSI disk device. Probably because I've got the HCI drivers for this chipset installed, but yeah, this is a fast drive. And it's only 35 bucks. It says 80 bucks here, but that's Micro Center for you. It says 35 bucks if you go on their website. So yeah, all in all, pretty fast upgrade for any older Core 2 Duo or earlier i-series system or any computer in general. You want your computer to be fast? Bam, here's an SSD that's really cheap. You don't need to spend ludicrous amounts just to brag on some forum about how much money your mom gave you. No. This is an SSD that anybody can put into their computer, and it makes it fast. Cheap SSDs are here, people. They're here. If you got an older computer, great speed up for little money. That's all that needs to be said. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.